Hello,
Hello.
you say.
Hello everyone.
I'm AEtienne, this is Giga, and this is Giga Metroidvania puzzle platformer made by Game Freaks. It's also the same guys who made Pokemon series, but they also made game like this, and this one is pretty interesting, as you will see. So we'll just starting the game because the tutorial section of the game is pretty straightforward without any so we can speak what is this games during that. So be ready to the timer will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. So we just skipped the very first cutscene by pressing start, and this character is not the main character of the game. This is Amane, who tried to save the main character Reika because the Earth has been invaded by a machine invasion. So we have to save the world once again in a video game.
So this part is all about controlling Amane, but it's like the very first part of the tutorial. So it's all about how you know to jump, to fall from platform, and she will meet the next person, Reika. And the story is supposed to start for real with Reika.
So as you can see, we can smash many destructible platforms, and those ones are pretty different with the yellow things. Those yellow things are nano machines, and most of all of the ability of Reika is based on these things, because you can for example grab those nano machines to make a ball of debris. We will see that later. And if you know Magneto in X-Men, that's definitely the same ability to control steel.
As you can see on the room, some parts of the game are destructible, so you can destroy them and it will become trash that will lie on the ground. If the trash is grey, it's like you can't use them to do anyone, like using as a weapon or a special item that will help you to solve the puzzles. As you can see, some parts are yellow, and if it's yellow, it's proof that you have some nanomachines that are part of the trash, so you can use them as a weapon or different items that you will see during the game.
You just saw me use the recall abilities. That's the ability to grab all of the debris. So here, this enemy has a red shield, but as you can see, if you have enough debris, you can break the red shield. And there is also an indicator. This blue indicator. You can see some of the red shield turns in blue when you have enough debris to destroy them. And we just found our very first ability. That's the square. We have the time to speak about the square. This is when you have enough debris to... there is 3 different type of square. The little one, the medium ones, and a very large ones. And it of course depends about how many debris did you get to make the square, and sometimes you need a big one. So this is the very first area damage boost. So as you will see, the damage boosting is very useful in this game because I missed my jump.
So basically we like yellow trash because we use them as a weapon or as different items. Basically, depending on the quantity of trash that you can collect during the game, the size of the trash sphere will change, and depending on the size, you can have. If you use the trash as a weapon, the range will change a bit. So the bigger the sphere is, the further you can attack. And when it comes to create a square, you have different size of square depending of the quantity of trash that you collected.
Yeah, that's mainly true for all of the abilities we will get during the whole games. More trash you have, more powerful the ability is, or more time you can use it. So that's always give you a huge advantage to collect the debris.
And you can see that, like AEtienne said, there is different status about the robots. Robots can have no aura at all, no shield, so you can just basically destroy them with or without trash. So it will transform into trash that you can use. Or you have the red and blue shield. If the monsters are basically red, it's like you didn't have collected enough trash. You need to collect more until the shield turns from red to blue, so you have enough trash to damage them.
I did a pretty big mistake because I tried to jump when the platform coming down, and sometimes because the platform fall faster than you have nothing behind your foot and you can't jump. So I will do it safe this time.
You can see some purple checkpoint. It's not really checkpoint, but it's like some part of the game. It's basically when you have some rules that you can miss, and so if you miss some puzzles, you're basically stuck. So these purple points are here to reset the room.
Okay, so here I have a huge amount of trash. I will use that to collect all of these blue things here. Oh yeah, we didn't speak about those blue things. That's to use to level up yourself, and I will go to the skill tree to unlock a precise ability and also to upgrade it. That's the recover ability. That's the repair. The name is the Reaper, and that's allow you to recover your life during times, because yeah, there is only 3 ways to recover your life in these games: a death, after a death you recover all of your life, save, or also this ability, because there is no item to collect to recover your HP. So, but this ability of recover is pretty damn good, because it also works during dialogues or during cutscene that you can't skip. So yeah, it's very powerful.
During the game, it's like there is no way to recover health. You have no item dedicated for that. So using the regen abilities, like if you have some part when you need to mash some dialogues between puzzles, the time will still keep on. So while you are mashing the dialogues, you can still recover some health, some HP because of the ability.
Yeah, just have to check the bottom left. There is also the skill tree is also allowed to unlock many other abilities. The skill tree is actually very big, but it's not needed to complete the game, and because it's pretty long to farm experience and levels, I will not do that. I will just go through the end. Okay. Just have to take care about this one. As you can see, the knockback is very huge. So we have to speak about what we actually doing in this section of the games. As you can see earlier in the level, I activate many switch, and to face the boss of this area, we need to activate 4 switch. But I will activate 5 of them for winning time later during the runs. So I just have to also activate these things. These purple things reset all of the debris, and that allow me to recover this tiny bridge. Activating the switch and make a teleportation to these points I activate earlier in the levels, because this is basically a checkpoint, a teleportation point that you can use to teleport anytime, like many Metroidvanias, to be honest. Glue.
So as you can see, we have here a new ability. Well, ability that are part of the puzzles. You can see this white liquid floating. If you use trash and make it having white liquid on the trash, you can have use them as a bouncing ability properties.
Yeah.
And so it's supposed to be useful for these rooms, and we will use a good exploit of that. It's basically that if you're lifting the trash, and the trash is full of white liquid, so you can bounce on it, but at the same time it will first throw the trash ball, at the same time he will jump, so you have some frames to be able to at the same time launching the ball and using it as a trampoline,
Yeah.
so we can directly go to to the upper floor.
No, this damage boost is pretty scary, but hopefully I did it correctly.
And about the story, at the beginning we were playing Amane, and now we are playing Reka for most part of the game. This is basically Reka looking for Amane, and because of that she will explore the environment, and because of that she will face some bosses along the way. And so to face some bosses we need to collect, to reach some blue switches, so you can unlock the door that will lead us to the bosses.
To the bosses. Yeah. So this is the very last room before the first boss of the game. So as you will see, this puzzle is not completed as normal. I just have to cut here because normally there is many things to do with the bouncing glue and so on. That just by doing that solves the puzzle. Here we go for the first boss of the round. In total there is 8 boss in this game. Even if there is many of those boss are reused later, we will see. It's pretty important to know the quick kill strategy for each boss. A quick kill strategy is basically the best way to deal with a boss, because most of the boss are pretty scripted. You just have to don't make any mistakes during bosses to beat them in the fast way. So as Yaji explained, the gray...
You want me to talk about it?
Yeah,
okay.
Go for it.
So, as I said before, it's like you have different type of trash. The gray one is like you can't use it at all because it has no trace of any nanomachine, blood from machine.
Yeah.
So, what he's doing is like waiting for the fireballs to come, to have some gray trash, and using and breaking the sword, it will spread some yellow trash, the yellow blood, on the gray trashes, so it will become completely usable to make it a bigger ball, so you are able to be faster to hit the boss and doing some damages.
Yeah, and that was a quick kill. So pretty happy to...
So this part was all about gathering some gray trash until she throws a sword, and so by breaking the sword we are able to spread some yellow blood, yellow nanomachine, to have the more trash you have, the more damages you can not more damages, but faster you are able to turn
to hit the boss,
to turn the shield from red to blue, and to be able to do some damages.
So this is a scripted part of the games. We can go back in this section later, and here I just have to farm debris to beat this big guy to the left. This big guy need the maximum of debris possible to get destroyed, and this orange switch is pretty broken, to be honest. It's not very well designed, because as we will see, there is many ways to trick with him. And immediately after the first boss, this is the second one. And as you expected, this is Amane.
Amane that is kind of transformed, like with a lot of nanomachines, so he became a cyborg.
Yeah.
She became a cyborg.
So, and she get control, she can brainwash it, so we have to deal with her. And basically, this boss is one of the 2 random boss of the games, because all of the pattern will continue as random. So the better way is just to stay on the center, on the middle of the room.
This one is a bit difficult when you play the game casually, because you need to know all about the pattern, but you need to be very reactive, because as you can see, you need to be very quick to be able to damage her or to cancel her attacks, because if you are not quick enough, the trash will come at you and it will hurt you. They will hurt you. So all the patterns are like random, but once you know them, it's fine. But you can't predict them at all. you know them, but you don't know the order, what we should do to you. So this boss fight was all about facing the patterns, collecting enough trash so her shield will turn from red to blue, so we are able to damage her.
Yeah, and that was a very bad fight, by the way. I missed her many times. Anyway, that's fine. So unfortunately, we have to beat there, but anyway. So the next station is to find oh yeah,
Wrong way?
wrong way. I'm sorry about that. I thinking I was on the act 3 on the later during the runs. Anyway, that's also a good example that you have to use the map in this Metroidvania to know where you have to go, and here we have to go to the second area. This is the laboratory, as you will see.
So I don't, because we skipped a lot of cutscene, you don't know a lot about the story. Well, I guess viewers don't know a lot about stories, but at this point we are still looking for Amane, even if for some reason we faced her and then we beat her because she transformed into a machine.
In the scenario, it's because there is some. Oh, come on. Thank you. Before speaking of the scenario, we speak about that. I trick this orange switch by doing. Normally, you only can activate it with a very big square, but with a medium square, and just by stuck the square to a wall, you can also activate it with a trick by crouching yourself also on the switch. So that's a pretty good way to trick this one.
So it's like, well, the orange switch requires a big square to be activated because big squares are heavier enough to activate them. But if you're able to use the wall while stacking your square, the friction between the square and the wall could be enough to stuck your medium square long enough, so the game will think that you just used a big square, and so you can unlock the door.
Yeah, so that's pretty fortunate. To be honest, there is most of the things we use in this PC versions was patched in the PS4 and Switch version of the game, released really recently, and also with a true ending. So that's this is why we prefer the PC version, because there is a lot of tricks we can do, and they are pretty cool. So yeah, about the oh yeah, just have to speak about that. Our next category, javelins. It's also to make platforms. So this ability is probably the most useful of the run.
So thanks to the monitor, Reka is now able to throw some spears, some javelin, and javelin is very useful because it's a very long distance attack, first of all. And second one is like if you have a javelin spear stuck in the wall, you can use it as a platform.
Yeah, that's also, yeah, I have a very second cutscene skip. I skip another cutscene, and I will activate this teleporter because I will need it later during the run. There we go. And well, on the story, it's like while we were researching, looking for Amane, at the same time we were like talking to a scientist. And for some reason, like at this part of the game, instead of having communication with the main scientist of the game, we were talking to a girl scientist instead, pretending she's our friend, but that's not the case. No, that's definitely another person that we will meet in few minutes. So, introducing the new things in this area is the switch laser. You have to make a switch bouncing between walls to activate it, some square. So here that's not needed. I will just take care to deal with them. So introducing some very deadly room for the runs. Let's hope all is well going. So these red things stop every movement of the debris if it gets touched. So you have to deal with this mechanics to make platform and solve most of the platforming sections. So this section is pretty scary.
So as you can see, if you see those red things, it's like if you use trash and any trash, gray or not, that go to these red things the trash will become stuck, and you can't modify them unless you decide to gather them using your ability. And this is very strange sometimes because depending on if you basically on some part of the puzzle you will need to use some trashes as square, so you'll be able to use them as a platform. But depending of how you throw them at the red things, at the red balls, the angle of the face of the square
it's very important.
Can be if it's not flat enough.
Yeah.
It's not considered as a platform, so you can basically fall even if you feel that you're on the cube.
Yeah, that's really good. I also use another trick to pass the square across a wall. I will redo that later, so I can explain that when it's happening. So the setup of this room is pretty cool because you have to make the laser doing a certain way. That's why I set up all of the debris like that. The end of this section was pretty clean, to be honest. I really hope to get the quick kill of this boss.
So this is the third boss.
Yeah.
We were talking about the scientist that was
boss.
the second one that was pretending to be our friend. So this is basically her revealing her true intention, that is all about killing her or capturing her for some story reason. She basically will stay during all the fight at the middle up of the room, and so it's basically being able to understand the pattern and being able to kill in the fastest way possible all of the minions to collect enough trash to break her shield and be able to do some damages.
Uh-oh. It's fine.
So on this part especially the javelin is very useful, but we need to be careful because the javelin requires some trash. Well, it's basically you sacrifice a bit of your trash to use it as a javelin, and
you have to recover all of the time because you lose trash by using javelin, but that's also useful to making more trash appear during the fight. So yeah, this is why I recall a lot. So this boss I made is very static. That was not a quick kill, but anyway. So this jump is very scary. There we go. That's fine. Also about spikes, this is definitely Mega Man spikes. You get hits, you're dead. So nothing about damage, nothing. You just hit the spikes, you're dead.
So depending on the quality of the trash that you put on the spikes, sometimes you can die because the spike will eliminate you in one shot.
By the way, it's better to have a very tiny debris on the spikes to make the platform as flat as possible. So by the way, guys, if you see some freeze here, it's not your stream, it's not the capture, it's just the game itself. The game here freeze a little bit. I think it's because of this gaze, because this gaze seems to be making the game a little bit laggy, so that's gonna be an issue in that.
So this is new part of the next puzzle rooms.
Yeah.
You can see some this purple fog, these purple gases. It's light and it will help us to lift some platforms sometimes, but you need to be careful because as you can see, once the gas is coming from down to up, you can't call it back. So if you miss the puzzle, you basically need to reset the room.
Absolutely. So many of these mechanics need to to really think what the gas will do before doing anything. So a new enemy. That's fine. Even if you have a shield, you have a weak points that appear by cycle. This tank. I will wait for. There we go.
So as you can see, it's like the machine, the robot is throwing some rockets, but sometimes it's like it's opening a bit his mouth, well, kind of mouth.
Yeah, a mouth,
And
kind of mouth.
And so this is its weak spot, so you can hit it. So you can have some. You can destroy it in one shot, and having some trashes from it.
I have to. Oh yeah, I have to really take care because I did some mistake during the training room in this section. I will wait. I will do a save. This black old machine that flying will steal your debris if you don't mash the recall things to win a duel of grabbing things against him. So you really have to take care.
So you need to mash basically to fight about keeping your trash, while the black hole we want to suck them.
Yeah. And if the black hole doesn't win this match, it will die. So. And there we go for another ability, is the drill. So the drill can be thrown to destroy debris from a very long distance. That's not very useful in fights, but that can be useful to solve things. I will try to do this. There we go. This is not the normal way to. That's pretty hard. To do this, I messed up many times in the training session, and that's pretty good. That's going first, right? Because it's not the normal way to do this room. So
this kind of trick you will see them multiple times during the run, but it's very complicated because depending on the situation,
I slip.
Depending on the situation, the trash as a platform can fall slow or fast. And it's basically if you don't have, you need to the game needs to see you on the ground, so it allows you to being able to jump. But basically, if the platform is falling so fast, you have some frames in the game. It will be enough to make you consider that you're not on the platform anymore, so you can't jump.
Yeah.
And so basically, if you don't have the good timing, you basically will fall because you're unable to jump.
I did a tiny jump. I don't know why. So no, I have to jump myself. There we go. This jump is it's kind of weird sometimes. It's because, as you can see at the very beginning of this puzzle, the game freezes a little bit. So, oh wow, this was that's happened sometimes. A fast cube.
Great switch. So we come back to the middle of the room as well.
Yeah.
Middle of the map, the entire map.
I will do the top first because there is we need free switch to go to the middle. So I will just trick this one, and there we go. Once again, an orange switch. This time we will use an enemy to trigger it. So. Come on.
As we said, sometimes we have some freezes, and we think it's related to the purple gas.
And also when you kill an enemies in a very big rooms, that's generated debris, and I think it's this thing, so making this tiny freeze each times. That's kind of problematic when you. Yeah, that's one of the problem of these games. But that's also big things. But sometimes, yeah, that can be pretty damageable if you want to jump at the same times. So, I'm thinking this missile will miss me, so I will wait for the lava cycle. There we go. Okay, there we go. The tank will get destroyed during the animations, so that's perfect. Oh, that was pretty high, but that's fine.
Close one.
Yeah, I tried to do a mid one, so right. So this is the last room we will do before the boss of this area. Okay, let's take care about that. Oh, come on. Okay. Ah, that's a little bit too low. There we go. So let's make 5 switch here. That's normal to use 5 switches instead of 4 because you can see the things on the top of this door. This is the number of switch you need to open it. So yeah, it's 4 normally, but I activate 5 for things later during this run. So once again, we will trick this this room by making a pretty interesting glitch. Oh, come on. Anyway, that will be fine with that. I throw a cube from the bottom of the ground of this orange switch, and because of that, I can teleport all of the things through a wall or a ground, and that's pretty useful to trick this room. And
well,
many
let's say
other
that
rooms.
using the trashes, you can make them into a square, but you can use your ability to call the trash back. And by using the ability to call the trash back, you use the trashes to put some pressure on the yellow switch long enough
To activate it.
make the game believe that it's
Yeah,
It's a
there
big
is
square
a
on the
big
switch, so-
big square of things. So yeah, that's really realistic. There we go, boss number 4. So this boss is 100% scripted. So, but I have to deal with 3 different parts for 3 different phases. Once again, a black hole things. I also love this music. So this is always the same order. This is be the sorting thing like this.
So as you can see, once the fireballs are
that-
destroyed, you can use the trash because they are yellow. But during the fight, you can see some black holes coming from the boss. So you need to fight using your ability to collect trash to be sure that all of the trash won't be aspired by the boss ability.
That was a bad start. Anyway.
And so as always, you can see this big red aura from the boss. And so as always, we need it to turn into blue so we can do some damages.
This was close. Anyway, last phase. I really have to take care to don't fall in this boss because as always there is a big knockback. Okay, enough.
And like we said, the fact that the shield is turning from red to blue is depending of how much trash you have in your hand.
So we skip a lot of cutscene after this fight, and we are back with M&A, and with our last abilities that we see, I can push the B buttons to use the Tachyon Handler. So the Tachyon Handler is basically the reset of the rooms, but now we can use it anytime by pushing a button, and that's also allow us to go through many parts of the rooms that's not needed. That's not possible normally.
Well, I won't say a lot about the story because it's too much complicated and
Yeah.
we can debate for hours and hours, I guess, like we said yesterday. But let's say that at the beginning it was Amane looking for Rika, then we were Rika looking for Amane, and Rika meeting Amane that was transformed into a monster, a machine monster.
Yeah.
And now, after some cutscenes, we have Amane looking for Rika because we had a timeline story.
So honestly that will be pretty hard to explain all of the things happens during cutscene in this run. So we'll probably just say that's what we have to do during the rest of the run. We have to go back to each different zone of the games to find a way to open the way to the very last level to beat the big
well,
boss.
let's say that the world itself doesn't change, but inside the game you have some people coming from the present, some people coming from the future.
Oh my god.
And because of the story, some people are going back in the past. So you have the same world, but with a different timeline because we will do something new.
Once again, so I do my jump too early, and it was too close for.
And
for
while we were
making
talking, it's already back to playing Reka.
So right now we are in some rooms that we need all of our abilities: the sword, the drill, the javelins to make our way free. So I have to activate two different switch here, and this is the first one. So I just have to. Okay, nice. That's fine. So this jump is not so easy because you have to use to jump immediately after you run on the cube because it's pretty not stable.
So as we say, it's like the tachyon handler is an item that allows us to go back to the past.
Like that.
And it's supposed to have the same role as the purple switches, but on some part of the game you have some trashes that are completely blocking the way, and you are just unable to have access to some areas. But thanks to the tachyon handler, using it to go back to some special timelines coming from nowhere.
That's pretty hard to explain that. If you are a fan of Back to the Future, that's really hard to explain that correctly in a scientist.
You have some big trashes, and you are able, thanks to the tachyon handler, to go back to some timelines where the big trashes don't exist.
Oh my god, that was the first try. I would like to explain this trick because it's probably the hardest trick of the round. That was the first try. So anyway, let's go. So this is you can jump from the cube even if you recalled it the frame earlier, and that's what I did to make this cube once again to trick an orange switch. We are back in front of Astra Vineta. And this time it will be way harder because the sword, we have to smash the sword in the air, and this it's needed to.
So like we said, it's like this is a story about a lot of use of the different timelines. So basically it's like we are facing once again the first boss, but the first boss will be more difficult. But according to the story, we are meeting her for the first time.
Yeah.
Because it's a different timeline.
For the moment, that's a quick kill. I have to take damage to stack all of the balls on the way.
The main difference on this boss fight is that at the beginning, the boss was able to throw a sword, and you are able to cancel it, and so the sword will go be stuck on the ground. But on this second version, if the sword is on the ground, it will automatically be broken.
Broken without any nanomachine, by the way. So
yeah, it's like the sword will break, disappear from the ground without providing any trash.
So it's way harder because you have to masterize two timing. That's not hard. But missing it means a lot of time loss.
It's not that much difficult, but instead of waiting for the sword to go into the ground, you need to break it before the sword reaches the ground.
Yeah. So, by the way, we have the choice between all of this, the order we can do all of this all of these different quests here. But I will do it in order. Because also this first session is one of the hardest one because of this trick I speak about earlier, but fortunately it's going first try, so I just have to once again. Oh damn! I have only 3 HP. I have to take care because if I take a hit from this guy, I'm dead. Okay. No. There we go. So commands. Thank you. I have to. Oh my god! I don't have a lot of HP. That's gonna be a problem here, because the tank. Okay, I have 4 HP right now because of the regeneration. No, I have to find my angle here. I don't think it's good. It's good. So I will probably wait just to be safe here. There we go.
So as you can see, you have some laser. The laser are supposed. This green laser is supposed to help activate some switches to be able to solve the puzzle of the room.
That was fine. If I was get hit by this missile, I have to redo all of the things. So.
And for some of those puzzles, we will use the squares because the green laser can be reflected by the square. And depending of the square, if we have the very specific angle, we are able to activate some switches without doing the puzzle the way it's supposed to be.
There we go. I was a little bit early during those two tries. So remains one switch to activate, and incoming probably the most well-designed room of this entire games, as you will can see. So I don't know who's designed this one, but yeah, just have to do that instead of destroying the things and the first when I come into the room.
I think it's like when we play the game casually, it's like the first thing we are used to do is like just breaking the block because it's supposed to block our way as an obstacle. But if you just jump on it and break
the top, only the top, yeah.
The top of it, it's like you're completely able to use it as a platform and going to the switch, skipping the entire difficulty of the room.
So about difficulty, this one is pretty scary because there is a lot of things shoot in the rooms, and most of the platform are in a tricky position. So I have to really take care here. Oh damn! How can I manage this one? There we go. I will probably wait here. There we go. I really want to be careful here because there are spikes behind me, and this room is pretty long to do, and I have to redo all of the room if I die. So, second form of Extra Cadrew. Less platforms and more difficult pattern, but hopefully there is normally a good way to do a quick kill. That's a good strategy, allow you to deal with her pretty fast. That's a good start. Oh no, anyway. Javelin once again in mid-range to destroy this ones. One more, there we go. Oh, that's one. Perfect. Javelins allow me to deal with this first phase this first pattern very easily. Oh, I don't hit the one I needed, but anyway. I probably have to do that, and there we go. Next one. Always the same stretch for every phase. That's good.
Almost.
That was very fast actually. That was a quick kill. Nice. And it's done for Mr. Cadrew. And of course now we will go to the last rooms to meet the snake and this master once again. So during all of this cutscene there is a lot of things explained about the background and especially the past of the games, but that's pretty complicated. So if you want to know all of the story of Giga Walker, that's also pretty interesting. If you like mangas or shonens, just play the games. It's pretty cool.
Well, the story is very complicated because it's full of multiple timelines now at the time that we are. And basically it's like we're supposed to go to the final boss. The final boss could be reached only if we are able to activate a special generator but this generator, to be activated, needs to activate some special switches, and so we are going for them. And each of these sub-generators were protected by a boss, and most of these bosses are the second version of boss that we already
beat, yeah. So, oh yeah, come on. I go in this section. I will try to avoid this black hole guy by recall the debris out of this round like this. Perfect. Oh no, that was the things I discovered during the during my training on the training room when I de-rusting Giga Worker. Not during my training on the training room, but during my month of oh damn, that was bad things. During my month of trainings for DCSA. Okay. So really interesting things here. This enemy will sleep here, like you will see. Oh, I get touched, but it will because of his sleep. Yeah, it's appeared behind me. That's I get touched anyway. So that's oh no, that's totally fine.
As we say, it's like during animation and during the cutscene, during dialogues, the time is still keeping on. So during this animation, the robot just was keeping on falling down because of the angle of the platform.
So I did a trick earlier in the games that I doesn't explain, but I have the opportunity to re-explain that. This wheel. Oh, come on. No, I can't. I did.
Did you talk about the gears?
Yeah, I have to speak about the wheels and the javelin because I will do that once again. Oh, no.
So as you can see, the red one, you have some gears, and the red one is supposed to be connected to the rotating ones, so you can activate some. It works as a switch to be able to unlock some doors. But if you have some trashes and you are able to launch a spear in a very particular position, the strength and the speed of the spear will be enough to make the red gear rotate, so you can activate the door.
I was scary because I have only 4 HP for this boss, but hopefully there is some dialogues and I get an extra 5 ones. There we go. So this boss is this boss is being very scary for me because I really don't want to get push, but I also have to take risk if I want to do a clear fight, especially because of this pattern. Oh my god! Because laser will the boss will shoot you with a laser that he didn't have at our first meetings, and that's also pretty scary because all of the spikes from the top are pretty random. Oh damn.
So now it's like basically you're facing the black hole, so it's like you want to keep your trashes, but while you're trying to face the black hole, the worm is firing some lasers, so you need to...
I'm at 1 HP, that's very scary. Okay. Oh my god. I get touched by the first block that's from me into another one. So anyway, let's go again. There we go.
Go for it, please.
Sheegan donated $10. Sapristi sapristi sacrablu. Enjoy the baguette meme ETN heart.
Thank you, Sheegan. All part of the French crew here is it's pretty awesome. I hope you saw the Paris-Marseille racing race because that was definitely a thing. So with full life, that will be normally a free fight if I don't get push. So yeah, that's a huge time loss, of course, because I die at the very end of the boss. That's something like 1.5 minutes lost. Anyway, we have the time to enjoy the rest of the song. Last phase. Did I actually do a hitless boss instead of the? I'm too stressful when I play this game at ESA, because this is also the very first game I play during an ESA, during the ESA Winter 18th, and I was so stressful during the run. That was crazy when I saw the replay of this one. I don't know why. I'm probably pretty stressful by playing this run, because it's probably one of the it's probably one of the run that I work the most, and probably one of the most optimized PB I ever did. My PB is at 59:08, and during my training I was not even close from these times. This time was also made during another events in relationships with the ESA. That was pretty crazy.
Well, this is fine. It's like on marathon, you have some
honestly, we are
so
still well. Oh damn. Go. Oh, damn.
this is a no reset.
Oh,
we never know.
I was able to do this input. We will still underestimate. I'm pretty sure we still underestimate. I just have to don't do any other stupid mistakes, especially dying during a boss.
Now basically we are heading for the last boss. So we have some puzzles left to do, and basically now we don't have any more abilities to get. So puzzles are just like using all of your abilities to solve the puzzles now.
Mm-hmm. So, touché. Oh, that's pretty good to get touch here, by the way, because the spikes doesn't kill you. If you're blinking, of course, you cannot take any damage, and that's also the case for the spikes.
As you can see on the background, it's like we are very closer to
the
main commander of the machines.
We have to make a way free to this. Oh, there is a debris here. No, that's fine. Sometimes when the debris is on the switch, that can be an issue, but yeah, hopefully that was not.
Well, sometimes you have like some trash that are blocking a way to the switch, and sometimes depending on the position, because the trash itself isn't yellow, so it's basically we can't use it using your abilities. Sometimes it's complicated to do a correct use of a square on the switches.
Whoa! I forgot something important. Hopefully I already did the javelin. I totally forgot to do the smash to the top. So here I have to redo the same things with the rope. Okay. And once again I will trick this room, because I will activate this switch, but I will immediately use the Tashion handler to go back to the beginning of the rooms. Because of that, because the door is open, I can activate the switch without doing the bottom of this room, so that saves us sometimes.
So as always, like we need to look for some blue switches to unlock the final boss door, and so we should be fine.
Oh no, that's bad. That was not the way to do this room. I was not at a good distance to make a there we go. I don't know. That's oh damn. The javelin is going down too. There we go. No, not enough. No, not enough too.
So this one is well.
And that's enough. Yeah, some jump, as you can see, is pretty close in this games. So you have to take care. 2 HP. I really have to take care to don't take any more damage in most of the room. I can also play safe and do a save when I passed. Anyway. Okay, fine. Oh, very good javelin. That's fine. I really need to put this one the lowest as possible. So. Okay. Once again, we are normally we should use the. Oh my God! He was on my angle. The laser just shoot me in a good angle. Sorry about that. So normally we have to use the. Oh no, there we go. There we go. That's enough. Yeah. Normally we have to use the gaze to make this platform have the good angle, but.
Like we said, it's a very special trick because we need to jump first to be able to transform the. Well, first we need to make a square. We jump on it, and while we are jumping, we are supposed to have the time to collect the trashes once again from the square, like retransform the square into trash. And once we are high enough, transform the trash once again into square so it can be on the upper floor.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is yeah. We didn't speak about what we can do, what we should do to face the very last boss. We have a 6 switch to activate it to make the. Oh, first try. Oh, first try. Nice. I throw this the square by random, but it's totally fine. And yeah, we have 6 switch to activate it, and this is the number 4. There's 3 to the left, 3 to the right. So. And that should be fine. Now, this room is pretty well designed. It's one of my favorite ones. Also, all of the things you saw behind me. It's not an ability; it's a skin. You also have many skins in this game that make the 100% run very interesting to do. No, I will once again try to trick this room. Okay, there we go. Normally I have to activate this door at the bottom, but I just go through the exit.
Like you said, at some part of the game you can go to the shop and having some stuff, but this stuff, like, well, it won't make you improve game style talking, but it's more about having a cool style, like a skin, clothes, stuff like that. But nothing very useful for the speedrun itself.
No, nothing. That's only cool stuff, yeah. No, we are even it will be if oh yeah, what I do, what I have done anyway. Even if it's a bad time, we are way underestimate, so it's totally fine. Okay. Just have to take care. Yeah, we go about this jump, and there we go for this door. Because it's on the right, I will just back with my Taishan there, and there we go for the very last switch. So I will once again use the damage boost. There we go.
So like you said, this one is like normally the first room. You just need to hold your right direction. It should be fine.
That should be fine. That's pretty. If you are used to the damage boost, the damage boost tricks often. Yeah, damage boost technique. That's only holding right, and after that holding left. There's nothing to do and stuff. So, very last room. So once again, I will use the javelin to. Oh, I will just dodge that. Okay, cool. Normally there was a lot of stuff to do at the top of this room, but I will just use the blade, slash that, and that's it. That's the final room. So
this one is a special room because you have a special switch which is red, and you need to have some very specific block. Those 2 red blocks that we cut from the top on the floor.
Yeah.
And only it can be able to activate the switch.
Yeah. The sub 1 is definitely dead because I died too many times during this run. But anyway, we can still. To be honest, this final boss is something can be. It's about RNG. This is the second boss about RNG, but it's also can durating something like 4 minutes in a very bad RNG. So it's a boss about stamina, Master Terra. Let's see. The sword is pretty slow. Okay, so I really hope the black hole will not bug, because there is a bug. Then the black hole sometimes is, I don't know why, but he doesn't want to come to me, even if I mash, so I will take 3 damage for nothing. That's pretty weird. I think that's deep. That also depends to the PC configurations. That's also an issue for the speedruns, because loading times are pretty. Oh yeah, there we go. Black hole. No, that's fine. Sometimes the black hole gets stuck, so it's weird. So yeah, there is a lot of loading time in this. Anyway, I have to do that. Yeah, as I say, a lot of loading times, and if you have a, bad PC, that can lose you a lot of time during the speedrun, because it's for the moment we use the RTA. There is no in-game timer to time yourself in this. Okay, this is a sword. Oh damn, I was not able to catch those debris, so you have to wait. Because of the black hole, I can't have debris when this pattern is played. Super Saiyan mood. This is the second. Oh no, that's bad. Come here. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no, I have one extra. It will zone. Okay. I have to guess when he comes to the middle. But normally it's zone, sword, and so on and so on. I just have to don't lose the things. Oh, that's cool. I avoided the blades, and blades are pretty slow. Oh damn. Well, yeah, I get the black hole bug, but that's fine. I really have to take care to don't get hit by the. There we go. That's bad, because this pattern is also pretty good. The pattern of the square. Sword. Sword is very easy to dodge. Can I get 3 sword? No, 2. I don't jump in. I don't have enough eye. Oh damn, that's bad. Anyway, that was fast, even if I get touch. 2 hits remains of the zone. I will use javelin here. That's very fast, as you can see, and also very safe. Oh no, you don't hit. Ready for the timer. It remains 1 hit. The timer will stop when we see a very big finish. And time. Well, that's a sub 102. Even if I didn't die to this boss, that should be perhaps a sub 1 hour. But anyway, I made the choice to take a lot of risk during this run to show all of the things we discover during this run. So that was yeah. Even though that was a pretty good run, because most of the deaths are pretty, except the death of the against the boss. Most of the deaths are pretty fast, and the rest of the rooms going very well. The things that can lose you a lot of time is a problem with something with the red-orange switch with debris stuck on him, and that can block you for many times. You have to make a very quick decision to reset or to try to unlock the situations. So yeah, that should be. I should probably have the. I don't know if I have the time to just show the skill tree. How big is the skill tree too? Because we just see. That's fine. Okay, nice. It's just to show the skill tree, because we have we just have seen a little part of the game. There is also a lot of room we didn't see because there is a skin to unlock. There is many abilities you can. There is many skins you can unlock too, and also there is a boss rush. When you finish the game, there is a boss rush mode with an in-game time. That's pretty great. That we use, of course, for the speedruns. That's a run of 15 hours. So if you are not, if you like these games and just want to do a very simple speedruns, just do this game, finish it. Go to the Astra Rush, the boss rush. You have all of the information in speedrun.com. And
well, the game is on Steam, on PC, on PS4, so...
The game is over. I will just return to the title. I will skip the very cool cutscene, the really good credits. I will just load my full save, and will just show you. So this is for example, this is the full map with all of the skins everywhere. So yeah, it's pretty big. We just saw a little part of it, and most important, there you go for the big skill tree. So we just finished the runs by taking this square, but there is all of this upgrade allow you to upgrade many of our abilities. So it's also pretty cool. And this is all of the skins of the. Oh, come on! Oh, did I get the? Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. That's happens sometimes if you do a recall at the same times. So I just okay. And this is the all of the skins of the games. That's pretty. There is some pretty weird things. You can customize your sword, your cube, your javelins, and the drill. So that's all for Giga Record for this ESA. That was very nice to redo these runs for this marathon. Shoutouts also to Denzaver and Blaze War, the two other Americans runner of this run. We are only 3 on this runs, but that's pretty great to work on the routing, on all of the optimization of the room of this game. So thank you, ESA. Have a good marathon, and thanks for all of the donations. See you later for the ink race, perhaps.
Later.